do you guys consider yourself a GOAT or underdog?
Because somebody just asked me this question. Like, what did I feel about Bill came to us, we was on the porch. And we was, because back in the days, we used to be harmonizing. Yeah. We all thought we was the Temptations and all that.
Shut the fuck up, nigga.
We all did. You know what I'm saying? You see a group of dudes together, we harmonize. We on the like they TikTok.
I'm just imagining somebody telling you, you're not singing it right.
Right. No,
sing it better. And you're like, don't play with me, nigga. I'll beat your ass. Like, you a big nigga. Like, imagine a nigga trying to check you on singing something wrong. Shit sounds good to me.
But we used to be on the porch singing. You know, clowning. That's how dudes did it. You know what I mean? But my uncle came to us, and he was talking about that time when we was real young.
Yeah.
Now we gang banging.
Yeah.
Now we in the streets. And me and my cousins, we sitting on the porch. And we just got through doing a robbery. And we had parked the stolen car around the corner. Oh, wow. So we running back, and we going to hide the things under the house. We hear my uncle coming. We on the porch, and my uncle come on, he said, listen, don't know what y'all into, but let me say this. Be the greatest at whatever you do. Whatever you choose to do in life, be the greatest. Don't be the slouch. Don't be the...
Yeah.
And we were so ignorant. I said, okay, well, I'm going to be the greatest Crip ever.
My career is not an accident.
Better than us, depending on where you're from and what you've been through.
Watching the GAUDS Show hosted by Ray Daniels.
I'm a facilitator of dreams. I am not here to take you to your dream.
Too much money in a record deal can really enslave you.
King Damon, formerly of the Underdogs. There's only 2 of those.
This is Wendy Day from Rap Coalition.
106 in Park was created by me. I created the show for Bow Wow.
We the guys that cut the checks and made checks for people.
You watching me right here on the GAUDS Show.
On the GAUDS Show tonight.
God bless America.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Tamira, aka Girl from Harlem.
And this is Ray Daniels, aka the Culture Referee.
And this is the GAUDS Show.
Y'all make noise. Y'all make noise, nigga. We're staring and shit. And today we have a very, very special guest. I'm gonna tell you how special he is. Usually I get my hair cut before you film it, but when my man hit me and was like, we filming today, I didn't have a chance to go to the barber shop. I just had to show up because I'm like, he want to talk. We here. I want to make sure the introduction is proper. The first time I heard this guy's name, it was being leveraged in rooms by niggas that was like, you don't want to fuck with me. You know who my man is, blah, 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 you. Your name was being leveraged like that, first of all. And then I met him because there was something happening on Old National. I'm from Southside and Creflo Dollar Church, and I saw every street dude in the city there, and they was all at attention, straight up, ready to do good shit. And that's when I knew the influence you had on this culture, and I'm just happy to have him here. Everybody give it up for Big U. Let's get it.
All right, welcome. Thank you for taking the time out to sit down with us. So, you're working on like something really big. You have something out on Hulu. It's called Hip Hop Undercover. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, hip hop. Yeah, that's a project that we did about a year and a half ago. We released it, I think. Well, right in the pandemic, and it documented 5 people who were influencers on hip hop that people may have not known. So hence the name Hip Hop Uncovered. So the idea was to bring light on parts of hip hop and people who help build artists that people may not have known.
Yeah.
You said it happened during the pandemic. Did that affect how you put everything together or
definitely.
Business? All right.
It affect our push, our promotion. We started shooting it right before the pandemic, and it came out when the pandemic hit. We wasn't able to go around and promote it. I hit the cities, hit the states. So it was kind of like just Instagram and whoever we can get to promote it. It still did really well.
I saw it. It was crazy.
Yeah, it's a 6-part series on it, and it's dedicated to hip hop and the history of hip hop and the people who helped influence it.
Did you come up with the original idea, or did somebody bring the project to you?
Yeah, no, a friend of mine's Jimmy Chris. We call him Jim Bob, and it was his baby. Then he came to me. I had already had a similar project we was trying to do, but then Jim came and was like, man, let's push this. We went in, kind of tweaked it. It ended up coming out like it did, and it came. It's a phenomenal piece. It's gonna live forever just because of the content, and the fact that people don't really honor the people who help make artists, those being managers, producers,
Gatekeepers.
gatekeepers.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
just, we have phenomenal. We've been blessed to have phenomenal artists, but there are people who work to wake them up, put them to sleep, get them clean when they get themselves dirty, keep them out of beef when they get in beef, reading contracts, not reading contracts, and it's just it's a grimy existence because you can always get stepped on to the next level.
Yeah. You hit the paperwork gangsters who come in the room or start lying on you and telling you can't. A lot of people use fear tactics with people like yourself where they like, man, if you just get away from him, that's what's really stopping you from doing 1, 2, 3. And, when you come from nothing, that fear controls you. Like, damn, I love you, but I'm trying to get money to feed my family. And then these people play roles. So I'm glad that they did it. Like, especially because, I got introduced to Haitian Jack. Like, that's somebody who I got to meet.
Right.
Like, I got to meet that dude one day.
Jack is a beast, man. Jack is
crazy.
You know what's crazy? Jack is very intelligent. So, but you would miss that.
Yep.
You would miss the intelligence that the people who sit in my position have to be able to move in this world, because just as a prime example, this is 2023. 20 years ago, we couldn't take an artist to Europe. You had to either go through the major booking agencies.
Yeah.
What was their name?
CAA,
CAA,
ICM, William
all of
Morris.
them.
Yeah.
But smaller people like myself were booking overseas for years, but we were never recognized for that. And so now you see the independence of major labels, or labels like you guys has labeled us in Atlanta, dominating that, now taking over and taking control of the artists' images and performances. And you see deals that came along like the 360, where labels start buying back into people's publishing. They're publishing, their
All
performance,
ancillaries,
their
any way
clothes,
they make
everything.
money. Acting rights, everything.
Everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So all of that changed because of the success of small labels. Small independent African-American labels who really understood that, started making T-shirts. Because we're in a different era now where you actually make more money off of your ancillaries than you actually do off the album sales. I mean, it was really no album sales. It's about your image now.
Yeah. Your image and likeness. That's crazy. I never thought about that.
Yeah, so you have your own record label. What's the first piece of advice you kind of give artists that sign to you?
Shoot, you got to outwork the person you're going to.
That.
You know what I mean? The first, it's really about, if you're not calling me 10 times a day to get your stuff done, then I don't even want to deal with you, because that let me know where you are. And then the first time somebody who has a bigger budget, bigger understanding come to you, you're gonna want to go, because you don't want to work really. You just want to.
You're trying to finesse your way to the top.
Yeah, and it's different. You got those artists that's grimy, that's with it. They'll record themselves, work hard, do everything they need them to do. And now we're in an era now where you want to go. If you're in my position, I don't want nobody that I got to build.
Yep.
I want to go see somebody. Look, I'm gonna ask the same question Major Label was asked now. How many followers you on Instagram? How many tweets? Because it's a gamble.
Yeah.
And I think what Hip Hop Undercover we tried to show young people is that it's like having, if you got a budget of $5 million and you have to go back and ensure a return on that, do you put $1 million in each artist, right, and hope that this artist blows up? So you put $1 million behind each artist and only one of them blows up, and that artist recoups
For everybody
enough
else
to barely cover the $5 million that you have. And now, so it's a gamble. It's like we shooting dice, and these young kids don't understand that somebody's taking the time to invest in you, and the only question you want to know is, how fast can I get out the contract?
Exactly.
But as soon as a kid or a parent come and ask me that, there's no dealing no more.
Yeah, because a lot of times
That showed me the commitment.
when people, like, every time you put money into an artist is a gamble. And not only that, fuck money, your name.
Yeah.
Because once you say this is my shit, you know, people are gonna treat it like it's your shit with the respect of it being your shit, and that dude might disrespect that. Or let's say we find the right one that does, and then here come the paper gangsters who's like, let me look at your deal. Well, where the fuck were you at when this dude was in the hood and was begging me for an opportunity? So a lot of the times, it's a nasty game. That's all I want to ask you a question. I believe we need more gangsters back in the music business. Now, no, that sounds crazy, but here's what I'm trying to say. And what I mean by gangsters, I ain't talking about like street gangs. I'm talking about like just people who you know don't play. Like fucking the head of a company who's like, he better do that or that's a wrap. Like Jimmy Iovine was a gangster. Like he didn't play that shit. Don't play with me. I'm gonna put money in you, but this is what you have to do. And I feel like the new music business is too nice, too friendly. So now artists have all the choices, and then when shit don't work, they looking at the label like y'all fuck me. When the label knew from the jump what to do right. So I just believe that the music business needs more gangsters that people are afraid of, that they'll honor and respect. Like, how you feel about that?
I don't know that it needs more gangsters more than I don't think it needs more gangsters more than it's already there. The fact of the matter is you get young people who put out a song, it goes viral, they become millionaires, and they forget to do the work. You get one or two who stays the course, right? But then you hit, like you said now, going to the fact that the gangster part, and trying to, you know, conceive what you're saying, I think it's imperative that you have men who have experienced certain things, who can be stern and saying,
that's what I mean.
This needs to happen. If you want to continue to, if you want to get 10 years out of this game, bro, you're going to have to listen to somebody.
You got to do these things.
You have to listen to somebody.
And if you don't do those things, I'm pulling my money out.
Right.
Rather than somebody who's like, just give him what he wants. Tell him yes because he's making me money. You need someone who's like, hey, look, like I'm going to do these things for you. I'm going to show up for you, but you're going to have to show up for me. Right. And I feel like now every artist, they don't see that. They see showing up for themselves. That's why I like what the Hip Hop Undercover thing was, because you have people like yourself, like Deb, like Haitian Jack, people who like Bimmy, who people had so much respect for that they didn't want to disappoint them. Right. So when you like, hey, you better do this shit. Because if you, look who putting the money up, then it's just the game has no respect now. Artists, whoever has the most money is the boss. Mm-hmm. Like in 95, 96, Tupac would have been the boss over Suge Knight in today's business. It's
crazy, it's funny you say that. I talked to Suge, I talk to Suge almost every day now, right?
Oh, wow.
So I talked to bro, and I was explaining to him about my transition really hard into film. And we was talking about this same subject.
Yeah.
And he was talking about he was just giving me a whole array of how he met Snoop, and Snoop had a previous contract with one of the homies from Compton.
Yeah.
And then he was talking about the Corrupt.
Yeah.
And he was talking about his conversation with Pac. And but he was saying the same thing. Because you get kids, and this is where people, no disrespect to them, but they are younger than us. So when you got somebody that's 20 years younger than you, and has never done a major deal, and you trying to educate them, like, look, this is what's gonna hit you.
Yeah.
But what people don't realize, the kid then says, "No, I ain't worried about that."
Yeah.
Well, you're not worried about that, and I told you, it's lost and forgotten. 2 years of clubbing. 2 years of touring, and when you get to the end, and that's when you say somebody else's reason, they say, no, bro, you remember? You was the one that said, sign this right now.
Yeah.
You need some money to get your mama.
Yeah.
You was the one saying to sign this right now.
Yes.
You needed a car.
Yeah.
You remember you would want to sign it and say, man, I'm sleeping on my auntie couch.
Yeah.
Sign it, bro. Let's go. Now you educated. You made a lot of money. Now somebody else is telling you, well, you shouldn't have signed that. Well, no. Did you forget?
Yeah. Do you forget you was
You
begging
said
me?
sign that.
Yeah.
That happened to me before.
It happens. I know it happens to everybody. They be begging you for money, opportunity.
Mad about their contract, and then I'm sitting there saying, "Wow, I don't have a mic."
Yeah.
So this is the problem. The person who has the mic can cry.
Yes.
I don't have a mic.
Yes.
I don't have a mic. I'm not the person with the mic.
Yes.
So I'm always going to look like the bully.
Yes.
But I read the contract, and I educated the person. Don't do this.
And I try to tell you.
And I try to tell you, this is what it's going to lead to. Now, 5 years from now, when you wake up, you're saying, I was in a fucked up contract. I didn't like the contract, and I wanted out.
Yeah.
Okay, well. And so that's what happens today. You get these kids come in, and I can't blame them, because I mean, if I'm tight and I need some money, I see some money right there, I'm like, man, look, we ain't gonna keep negotiating. I need that money. I need the money now. You know, I'll deal with that later on.
Yeah.
I have intellectual property. I can create another song.
Yeah.
I can create another movie. I can create another book. And so, and then, you know, you're going to end up looking like the bad guy.
But I think that's what people are banking on. They're banking on artists wanting to hurry up and sign now and take this money.
Nah. I'm going to tell you something. No. It's 10% of that might be that. But when you've been around this shit, you smart. He said something very important. The nigga on the mic, the person on the mic is who everybody going to listen to. Mm-hmm. And if that person on the mic says, I signed my contract with a crayon, you're gonna immediately look at the person you signed with as someone who is a culture vulture that's taken. But that person might have said, hey bro, I'm gonna send you a contract, send it to your lawyer. You have to say that. Send it to your lawyer.
Legally you have to say that.
Legally you have to say that. Send it to your lawyer. Make sure you get a lawyer to look over it. And then if you don't, because I already know how this goes, because nobody is more dangerous than a desperate man.
Right.
That nigga will sell his soul to 8 different people if he got to. So if you a desperate man and you trying to figure out, and this dude has a check for $100,000, and somebody is like, let me read this. This ain't right. This ain't right. In your mind, you like, that's gonna be another 2 weeks of negotiating, man. Mm-hmm. Man, I trust you. And then you sign it, and then usually now you up. Now you a boss, and now you looking like, I ain't know that was in there, bro. I tried to show you what was in there.
But let me add to what he's saying, because this is where most people out there be like, well, why you didn't tell? Because you don't understand. The first deal that comes, I have to, by law, tell you.
Yes.
I can't deny the deal for you.
Yeah.
So if the label says we're gonna start negotiations, the label says, listen, we're offering you $300,000. So the label say we're gonna put up 1.5 for your first project, $300,000 no sign, and we're gonna keep the rest of this. This goes to making an album. This goes to this. Now you say that to an artist, he gets $300,000, but he understand that there's no more money coming. No more money coming whatsoever. So then the label says. You tell your artist, look, bro, no, we're going to hold out.
Yeah.
We're going to push the single because they want the single. We'll get them the rights to the single, but we're going to go to radio. And they're like, oh, man, wait a minute, man. No, $300,000, I can get $300,000 now. But you're like, no, bro. So now, guess what? I have to by law tell you what they offered you. Yeah. Right? Now, they may go 2-3 days and they're going to think about, hell no, man. I need a $300,000. Fuck it. We was going to give them this first album. Yeah. Let's just give them the first album. The first album doesn't come as one album. Yep. They signing one album, 2 albums with options and all that. This is what you signing. And you saying, bro, that ain't going to happen like that. But you get a kid that's 18, that's been living with their mama till they was 15. Now from 15 to 18, they in everybody else's house. They in the hood, selling dope, gang banging, really want to. They put a song out. Come on, man.
They owe everybody.
They're like, bro, you good. You got a house. Yeah. You doing what you doing. Yeah. I mean, listen, you know, and they're like, so it's what happens. It happens every single day. And not only, it happens even with my own son. Yes. You know, like, they like, man, no, man, I got a song that's going. No, Pops, I got to go. I'm talking about my own kids. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's not just, you know, other artists. It's when they see that money,
and there's 2 times they switch up. It's 2 times they gonna switch up. When shit go terribly bad, and they out of money, so they blew through the 300. Mm-hmm. It's not, mind you got 300, he got 300. You ain't blow your 300. You took your time. They blew it, jury cars, whatever. They went from smoking some. Borrowing weed from you, like you got some weed from me, to now they smoking good shit. They went from eating 4 for $4 at McDonald's. I see it all the time. 4 for $4 at Wendy's, to now they eating that fucking Benihana's with they people that you ain't never seen. And I'm like, bro, money gonna run out. And when that money run out, first person they gonna be looking at is, yo, Big U, I need another check. Bro, I told you don't blow your money. And then if they get all the way up, now it's different people coming around, different people like, let me look at your deal. Bro, it's a nasty game for people that play this shit. That's why
he let you sign that.
Come on, man. He knew that. It's like, why he let you don't tell him I wanted to sign it. Yeah. I needed the money. He gave me that opportunity. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you a quick story. We signed this deal, our pub deal. I ain't gonna lie. It was $1.5 million. Nigga, I thought I was robbing the bank. I was like, We ain't never get no money like this again in our life. I don't even know what I signed. I'm thinking it's a good deal because the money. We put out this record called 23, Miley Cyrus, Juicy J, Wiz Khalifa. We wrote the record. Because of how a deal was set up, that record didn't count. So the money count though. So they still make their 50% of the record, but it was an MDRC deal, which means that the only time a record counted is if it was on an album. Even if it was on an EP, it didn't count. And Mike Will put it out as a single. It went triple platinum.
And it didn't count.
We like, oh nigga, we moving through our deal. They was like, oh, that don't count.
It's a single.
That's a single. That's not a part of your MDRC. Then I had to renegotiate, but I didn't blame nobody. But what if I wasn't working? What if that was my only record? I would have been saying, Universal, fuck me. Nah, bro. I knew what I signed. I bought a house with that money. I bought a car with that money. I took care of my mom with that money. I knew I needed it. So when it was time to pay the cost and I figured it out, shit, okay, I took that shit like a man.
But why didn't you have a lawyer already?
No, nigga, you think I had a lawyer? You don't think you had a lawyer? Of course you got a listen.
Wait till you get the film business.
Now listen, let me tell you something. When you're negotiating a deal, I don't care. It's a lot of people in this room. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. When you're negotiating a deal, it's the most important thing is how much am I getting?
That's the bottom line.
How much am I getting? I don't know to ask what's the MDRC. I don't know to ask. I don't know. And that's why I didn't blame the lawyer. Donald did a great fucking job. We told him we wanted $300,000. Right. I was like, man, you get us 300. I know 60 of that come to me. That's going to change. He got us 1.5. How the fuck can I get mad at him for that? He got me more money than I could have easily said, no, Donald, I want $300,000. And I want you to give me the terms that are favorable. But I was like, I don't fuck with them. I might not ever make this kind of money in my life. So that's what I'm saying. You got to be able to take the good with the good, the bad with the bad. And you got to, like, I learned this shit from Devon Stevens. You got to honor your word.
Yeah.
Because in this game, if you're going to last, you got to honor your word. And a lot of the times, people get in business with people like Big U, like myself, like Doe, and then they get shit popping, and then they hide behind people who want to change terms. And my only thing was, where the fuck was he when you was starving and I was feeding you? Where the fuck was he? He wasn't nowhere around, but that's the game. And he knows it's going to happen. Everybody that does it knows that that's going to happen.
Let me add something to that, because it's not only the fact that it's youngsters. When I got beat up, kicked in the ass on my first deal, it was a film deal. For a film I rewrote and co-wrote called Force of Execution.
By the way, I bought it. It's out on the Apple Store. If y'all could go buy it. I bought it. I watched it.
Yes, sir. I rewrote that movie, and it did really well.
Yeah,
it did really well.
Steven Seagal, right?
It's Steven Seagal, Ving Rhames, Danny Trejo, and Gilly the Kid, and myself. We all acted in it. Now, these in the film industry, they really the gangsters. They the gangsters, and they tell you though, there ain't no hidden with them.
Yeah,
they like, bro, we taking the back end, we taking the front end. You want to do it?
Wait, no, you gotta break this down a little bit more.
Yeah, you ever seen 50 Cent interview when he say these is the real gangsters?
Yeah.
They ain't nothing like music. Oh, they gangsters. They ain't no fucking with them.
I'm gonna tell you a quick story. Dallas Austin told me a story. He said when he was making the movie Drumline, that's about his life. He said that he was trying to get it made, and the person that made it was Dallas Austin has 2 movies about his life, Drumline and ATL. Crazy, right? Yeah, that's crazy. I get him, but he tells the story of, he's like, yo, Ray, I was doing it, and somebody was like, I'm gonna help you get the movie made. You gonna do all the work. I'm gonna make a lot more money than you, but I'm gonna get your movie made. And he was like, okay, that's how he got his first. Dog, they gangsters, like, cause they control they control it.
No, they did me the way they did me. Like I said, they did me the way I talk about music, but it happened to me in film. So I rewrote the whole movie. Laurie came in, did all the stuff. But so in film, and for all of us who are aspiring to be writers, is the whole bully of the industry is the Screenwriters Guild. Yeah. You ain't getting no credit. They like, unless you a part of us and you under us and you've been paying us for a certain amount of time, fuck you. I'm just like, so I do the movie, I get paid handsomely.
Just for acting though, not for
No,
rewriting.
I acted, wrote it, and when you see it, you gonna say only Big U, because it's Veen playing me coming home.
Yeah.
So I just wrote my life coming home.
And he got a fighting scene in the movie too. He
all
got a whole
that,
fighting
fighting,
scene. You
shooting,
fight
all
Steven
that.
Seagal, so like
No, I fought the other main actor in it.
Yeah.
But when you see this movie, you gonna say, "Oh yeah, Big, you had to write this." They hood all the way through the movie. It's like me coming home, but and I ain't gonna go and bore y'all with the whole thing. But we go through all of this, the lawyers and all that. I get paid handsomely. I can't be mad at them. I got paid for the writing, producing, acting, and consulting. Right? Shit. I got checks. When the movie comes out, it doesn't say my name nowhere in it.
Get the fuck.
Bro, it has up until about 3 years ago, I think Joe and them started redoing it. They didn't even have Eugene Henley on it. It just had number 9 actor Big U. My name went, even to this day, if you Google force of execution, but that's the key. So then every time I did a project after that, I made sure I got my name. Yeah. So now we moving fast forward to Hip Hop Uncovered. I fought the whole fight that I want my name.
Yeah.
I want my name, recognition on this project, and then I reversed it. You can keep the damn money. I want my name. I want my credit.
Yeah.
And off of the credit of my name once it came out, I got
leverage that.
All the doors opened up.
All the doors opened.
Exactly.
Up. But I could have did this. I did this. It came out in 2013.
Yeah.
2013, Force of Execution came out. I don't get the calls until Hip Hop Undercover come out. People say, "Oh, you executive produced," but I have executive produced. I did 2 turntables and microphone. The documentary on Jam Master Jay.
Yeah.
10 years ago on Jam Master Jay. I've done white T-shirts. I've done Naked Booth. I've done all these different shows I have produced. I was on Caged Animal with Veen Rains. I executive produced with Love Chronicles with Tyler last name. I'm sorry, I forgot her last name, but she's a great woman.
Yeah.
And but I've been doing film for all this time, and I've been producing films, making them happen. I put out more films than these dudes put out albums, but they think I've not been working because I've been working on film. You know what I mean? So, but it goes with what I was saying earlier. They force you into it. So now I'm just now getting the leverage to be able to stand up. So when y'all hear 50 Cent saying he about the green light and about that, it's because it's real. Yeah. It's really real. Like the stronghold they have on it, and then you like me. I'm for sure finna get hit in the head again a couple more times.
Of course, but that's the game though.
Yeah.
The lesson is, but this is my thing. You didn't go out and complain.
No,
you literally like, look what he said. They paid me handsomely. I can't lie, but I ain't getting no credit. Like it's gonna be some shit that come with everything you win because the establishment is there.
It is.
It's like it's just there, bro. Like you can't get. But you took it because you understand the game, and that's why I think it's important that we educate people on the game.
So I got a great team. Like my little brother is like super into it. Like Doe Henderson, Doe Mac, whatever you go by. So really, this is keeping 100. I think my star didn't take off until me and Doe linked up.
Yes,
in a different kind of way because he the yang to my yang. So when I'm like,
fuck that, yeah,
you know, and he's the one to clean up my mess.
Yeah.
So really, I think what the conversation is, and from the movie is, it has to be somebody who understands you, who you can trust to go make the deal.
Yes.
So because of his light, we are in position. We just sold another film to FX. It's a film I wrote. It's a film I wrote 10 years ago. Oh, wow. And with him, I came out here to get with a crew that he set up to finish buffing it out. So it's going to be a really big project that I wrote it 10 years ago, and it became relevant in this now. FX just bought it, and But what I'm saying is to have a team. Like my little brother is somebody who goes in and finish it out, and we argue all the time. But he kind of like, you know how you treat the whining baby. I already know when he be handling it. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like, yeah, all right. Yeah. You all right.
Shout out to Doe. Shout out to Doe. Doe is actually the person that hit me about Big U, and I was like, like I said, it was like I heard his name in a way where people were leveraging it. Like, you know how many people have made money from your name in the music business? Oh my God, man. So it's some dudes that need to be paid. So don't hit me like,
go ahead.
No, so don't hit me like, yo, I'm working with Big U now. I was like, oh, for real, yeah, I heard his name. He was like, yeah, we should meet. I was like, meet him. He was like, nah, niggas be leveraging. You ain't met him. I was like, nah. Then I met him, and it was like, dog, is you? Like, he in the room talking like, let's make business. Like, I took him to a label, tried to do a whole label deal with him. I'm like, bro, like when I start understanding my little brother, Mike Daniels, he taught me about the influence and power of Big U. And like, yo, bro, and he would tell me like, my brother right there, my brother would tell me like, yo, man, no, I don't know if I told you, he was telling me like, yo, support him. Like, yo, help him, bro. Like, whatever you could do, because dudes is out here taking advantage of his name and they ain't letting him eat. So I see that type of shit. I look at you, I'm like, I know you're a grown-ass man, but I feel fucked up, because I'm like, damn, man, other people need to know about you. Other people need to know that you, number one, I done been to Crenshaw High School and seen you with your kids and your team. I done seen, I was there. Me, you, we was out there with, what's my man name, the comedian I love? Phase I Love. We was out there talking shit right before the Bone and 3-6 Mafia verses. And he was like, and I seen a mom come to you like, he ain't doing good in school. And you like, he ain't doing what? Hey, boy. You like little 8-year-old kids is like at attention with you like, I'm going to do right. And I'm watching, I'm like, man, I wish people knew. Like, I was like, man, I need to take him in rooms, man. I wish people knew that this dude really out here fucking doing superhero shit. So I just want to make sure I salute you for that, because I've actually seen it with my own eyes. You know, we can keep going, Tamira.
Yeah, but you have a dope nonprofit where you sent over 200 kids out to college. Tell us a little bit about that and why you even got involved with that.
Well, I actually started developing nonprofit. It's the nonprofit that's called Ex-Offenders Fellowship Network, but we do business as developing option. I started while I was in prison. So my mindset was, when I came home, I wanted to be able to help recorrect the things that I was involved in taking the wrong way. So it's a lifelong mission for me. And I felt that I didn't want to leave this planet Earth and my name only be recognized for, destruction or what have you. So that was and it still is our mission and my mission, and people would like mine, to change the way, we as black men move.
Yes.
In our society, not directly towards us, you know what I mean? Somebody who had an influence and is able to use that name and move things in a different way. You know what I mean? We ain't perfect. I'm not perfect by no means.
Nobody is though.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
So all the young black boys out there watching right now, what's one piece of advice you would want to give them?
Nah, don't give up, man. You gotta always look for something better. You know what I mean? It's really like, with me, there's no excuse. I've been through it. I sat in the cell, sat in the hole. I did 4 years and 9 months in the hole. 1 year and 9 months in the hole. Then the rest 3 and something.
Hold on, can you tell me, like, I want to make sure I understand. What's the hole?
Solitary confinement.
I know that. I'm just saying, but like, can you tell me what it like? How did like? Is it like? I've only seen the movie. Like, what is it? Like, how does it? What is it? Like, it's like in a room. Do you come out? Like,
yeah, you it's a cell about big as where we are right here, to the wall and back, and this table. Bed on that side, toilet right there, and the sink.
Yeah,
sink and toilet together, and you in there, and you get. Well, in California, you're supposed to get 1 hour out the cell a day. They can't do it because there's too many people in the hole.
Oh, wow.
So what they do is they'll give you your 8 hours a week, once a week.
So you come out 8 hours?
You'll come out. You'll get, say if it rotates. So if it rotates around, they go around the cell block, and they'll come and say, maybe if I go on Monday, and Monday at whatever time, and then they got to go all the way around the tier, and it might not come back again till next Tuesday. and then you get your 8 hours. So nowadays they take you out the cell, and you go out in your drawers and your shoes, and you out there. If it's raining, if it's whatever,
It don't matter. It's your hours.
your ass. You take your ass out there, you gonna be out there. And so but you out there for 8 hours because in Corcoran Shoe, there's not enough. Not guards you get. Because if you don't, we all basically single walk-alongs.
Yeah.
And they don't do shoe yards no more because it be wars and battles.
Yeah.
So now you in that joint. You out there 8 hours and you're not getting back out your cell again until they come back around. Damn. So now they just changed it since I've been home. None of that's like that. Like you can't. I was sentenced to 5 years in the hole. And then you got dudes that sentenced to 10, 15. So now in California, I don't think you can be sentenced to more than 24 months, period. And they trying to do away with indeterminate shoes.
How the hell did you not, what's your mindset? How the hell do you not let that break you? How do you still come out and do good?
Bro, it's really kind of like you got to go in knowing that you ain't gonna let them break you. Because, I'm 56 years old. I've never been scared in my life, period. I always I've seen people dying all the time, like, fuck it, when I go, I'm going. Yeah. That was the only time I was ever scared in my life. Damn. The only time. Because when I got to the first, because I had already had cases on staff. Yeah. Like, charged with, with assaulting staff and that. So when they finally get you to the shoe, they like, everything that you done, they like, oh, we got your bitch ass now. So when I got there, they have so many different tactics because they know. Yeah. So they put you in a cell. I'm in a cell for 60 days with nothing.
It's trying to break you. That's what I'm saying. The whole point of it is to break you.
I've seen it happen. I've seen people that I thought was free, my partners was free, they've been in the hole. Oh, been in the hole 5 years, 6 years, and they done went crazy. They throwing feces on themselves. They talking to themselves, going up the wall. Because one thing that happened with the brain is and the body is, once you in the cell, and once I'm in the cell, you lose a count of time. Mm-hmm. Once you lose a count of time, now you're just in this vortex circle. Yeah. Now you start remembering every bad thing you ever done in your life, and every bad thing that ever happened to you. Now days become dreams, dreams become days. Yeah. And you ain't got no contact.
You don't even remember. You don't know if that
can't figure out what's fake, what's real.
Yeah, nothing. Then you don't got no touch. So now we don't understand that the body needs magnet touch from other human beings. Yeah. Like you really need that to continue to move on. Yeah. And so when you don't got none of that, no mail, no nothing, because they purposely keep it there. They want you to go crazy. And I gotta give it to my Hispanic brothers because now I'm the only black on the tier. So now it's a race thing in our prison. So because they put me in the top tier, top cell, no communication with no other races. The shower I've been in there now like 60-some days almost. And now I got to start, I'm taking the food to give me, and I don't want to eat their food because I got freezer salt on staff. Right. So I'm just only eating the bread, shit that I can see is clean, and I'm not eating that shit. And I don't eat meat anyway. Yeah. So I'm like, got to preserve what I can preserve. And so I'm taking the carts, I'm making cards. I'm taking toilet paper and I'm making, little shit to play with, tic-tac-toe playing. So it's shit you got to do. Then and I'm starting to work out from the time I hear the police come. So when I hear the first unlock, 4 o'clock, the main unlock, then I work out. Then I wash up in the sink, come out, and then when I hear them come with the food tray, I work out again. Yeah. And they wouldn't let me get no books. They'd come by the cell with the books. And then every day they had offer books. Yeah. So the police weren't gonna let me they put the book cart in front of my cell. And they keep on moving. But the Hispanic brothers, the shower on the top. Mm-hmm. So I didn't get a shower for the first maybe 3 weeks. And what people don't understand is showering is very important. Yeah. Like when you don't get to wash your whole body, it does something to you too. Yeah. Like really
like a reset. It's like showering and sleep is like a reset.
You need to wash. Like that shit is crazy. Like not so I sat in there, but let me tell you, let me get off the story. The Hispanic brothers, one of the brothers who knew me, because the shower was broke, I had to go to the shower downstairs. Mm-hmm. And so they walked me downstairs because that shower was broke. And when I got back to my cell, one of the brothers was like, send a kite. And he was like, are you big? Was that big? I'm like, yeah. And then the Hispanic brothers just looked out for me. And then they sent me books. They started sending me like kites with food and all that stuff because, they just looked out for me. So then they had day people go against the other staff to make sure they give me a book, give me something to really function. I should have already had my property. Because when you get to the shoe in California, you're supposed to get your property immediately. Your property stays with you. I didn't get my property for almost past the 60 days, but the homies was already sending me books. So once I got the books, I was good. Because now I can get my mind off.
Make your mind work.
Now I got these memories. And it's so crazy because you start to see how brothers get mentally ill and they get focused on shit. I started remembering when I first got my first whooping that I can remember. And I remember, and just imagine growing up being in such a negative situation, all of the negative things I did start to come back to haunt you. It really starts to haunt you. You know what I mean?
Hell
And then I once I got, like I said, once my Hispanic brothers took care of me, and because I was the only brother in there on both tiers, and they looked out for me, I was good. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. Shout out to you for enduring that shit. I ain't gonna lie, that shit.
Oh,
you gotta be a strong-minded motherfucker.
I just
like outside probably gotta be easy for you, cause it's like, it's like what? What's the problem, man? What? Outside gotta be easy for you. Damn.
So when you came out of jail, how did you start your transition into doing good? And like, was it the record label first? Were you writing films while you were in the South?
I was writing while I was in jail, and then when I came home, of course my homeboys looked out for me. So my first thing was my family. So when I came home, I wanted to come home and really just kind of like apologize to my kids because I fucked up. So really that was my first focus. When I first came home, the first couple of months and weeks, it was focused on my kid.
And you actually here for a championship for your son, right?
Yeah, I'm going up. My son is playing in his Reese's Senior Bowl. So
Congratulations, man.
My youngest son. So when I first came home, my focus, I was direct focused. I bought my first property. I bought maybe 5 months after I came home.
Wow.
The apartments my wife and kids lived in, I bought that.
Wow.
The first thing I bought.
Fire.
You know what I mean? Because I wanted my sons to understand it. And it was 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, 2 bedrooms, 1 bath upstairs. Then I moved on because I bought that, fixed it up, bought my next property in the hood. Then I kept moving. So and I ain't gonna lie to you. I grind. You know what I'm saying?
You did what it took.
And because it was a way I wanted to live for my family and support my family. And then as fast as I could get right, I got right. And then it was a developing option. My stepfather, rest in peace, his name was Donald Ray Evans. He was very influential on my growth back into manhood or into manhood. Let me say that because I had never reached manhood. You know what I mean? So then I just wanted to educate our people.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? And teaching. Yeah. And I was teaching in prison. Oh. So my transformation was in prison. Oh, wow. It wasn't. I didn't come out and start teaching. I was teaching in prison. When I was in prison, I was holding classes, teaching brothers how to write balanced checkbooks. Who had never had a checkbook, didn't know what that was. Oh, wow. We had self-help classes. We had psychology classes. And by me being a Muslim, I was definitely not pushing the black thing. You know what I mean? Violence against black men. That was what my mentality was. So when I came home in 2004, Suge and Snoop was at odds a little bit still. Suge wasn't home. Yeah. So I made a conscious decision to deal with Suge, to not let LA see, Crip versus Blood, but to deal with Suge in a way that was a strong CRP and a Paru, not me working for him. Yeah. So it was important to understand that, no, I don't work for my brother. He's my brother.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Next to him.
So and
showing the young kids like grown men could get together and put finances in front of and business out there and really stand on business.
Yeah, and Suge was real good to me. You know what I'm saying? Suge, I learned from Suge on the business. I studied basically under Suge for the first 3-4 years. Then I left Suge and went to go sign Nipsey and start my own label.
What was it about Nipsey that made you feel like, did you know he was going to become what he became?
Yeah.
Why? What was it about him that you knew that
His
he was gonna
his drive, his work ethic.
Got you.
You know what I mean? Like Nipsey was really smart. So what people got to understand about Nip is this: he had a different name. I can't remember. Conscious. It was some. He was already conscious, right? So when I met him, me coming from prison being conscious, and a hustler, and then him coming to be a young hustler and just getting put on the hood, and it was like, okay, well, listen, can you take that and make it do this?
Mentality is
You
everything.
know what I mean?
Bro.
Make it be this, because it was his first was like bullets ain't got no name, so it was a message in bullets ain't got no name.
Yeah.
But other people heard it like
Street
he
shit,
was talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
some street shit,
Yeah.
but it was a message in bullets ain't got no name. So I'm like, okay. So when I heard it, I'm like, okay, he the one.
Yeah.
And then his work ethic, his drive, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was already debonair and solid.
Yeah.
And what people don't know. Yeah. So when I seen him, I'm like, okay, he the one. I'm gonna put, like you said, put my name on. He had already been denied by everybody else. So that's why when you hear him say the keys to the city, everybody had denied me, and then Big U came, and he said Big U's an animal. He said draws. I think he said Big U or draws.
Yeah,
he said Big U.
Yeah.
You know, but he was talking about the fact that we had went everywhere, and people had all denied him.
Yeah.
And then people was telling me he needed to change his name.
Yeah.
Because it's a Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah, Nipsey Russell, yeah.
He need to,
And he's like a comedic actor, like, yeah,
right.
yeah, Nipsey Russell.
we got all of that, man. His voice is too squeaky. He looked like Snoop. All this stuff, man. Drop the Crip thing, man.
Yeah.
He could be flying like who was out at that time? What's that rapper name, man? Polo had him.
Yeah, Rich Boy?
He was like Rich Boy.
Yeah.
Rich Boy that was coming,
Yeah.
and they wanted him to do. I'm like, nah, man, we gonna stay exactly where he was. And another unique thing about Nipsey, which I only helped to reinforce, I'm like, look, bro, we gonna keep it hood.
Yeah.
If you want to just rap about the hood, because remember, Snoop represented a city, Long Beach.
Long Beach.
All the rest of them represented Compton, Long Beach, Watts. Nip represented what?
Crenshaw.
No, he represented the neighborhood.
Ooh.
She from the West Coast, by the way. So she was like, yeah.
Nip represented the neighborhood.
Yeah. Okay, I see what
You know what I'm
saying.
saying?
Yeah,
He didn't say L.A. He didn't say none of that. And so that
he
was
grew-
like,
he just drew in a whole
That was
audience of people that
intentional.
was.
Got
I didn't
it.
know that was intentional.
yeah, that was intentional.
crazy.
We was all that.
There's a neighborhood everywhere.
He represented only us. He represented us.
Nah,
He didn't say
neighborhood.
the city
No, but-
L.A. He represented us.
That's fire.
And that was like, because we got to remember when I left,
That's
I was
fire,
influenced
bro.
by what we did, what we were trying to do with Corrupt.
Yeah.
Because Corrupt was the first one to push the hood.
Yeah.
But he couldn't push it like Nip pushed it because he was under Suge and under Snoop. So he was in the dog pound.
Yeah.
But if you remember his first album, it was the Crenshaw album. He did
Yeah.
the photo shoot
Yeah.
on Crenshaw. He did all of that. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
And so
That's fire.
with Nip, when I came back with Nip, I'm like, no, we pushing us. We pushing the land.
That's a brave move to do, especially in a time where if everybody's telling you drop the Crip stuff, and that's one of
And
the
you
things
stand
that's
on that
right.
business.
You
Oh, no, we
you
stood
standing on that.
And it took his big homie to stand on it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like just not to say nothing else to nobody else. It was my opportunity. It was my shot, and I was given a chance to put it on somebody.
Yes.
So I went to go look to see
Who you could
and
bet
the
on.
industry was giving it to me. Tubby and them. I
Yeah.
had Tubby at the time. I had Tubby. Polo was helping me. Suge and all them. Like, man, whoever.
Yeah.
So when I chose the person who I wanted, I went to all of them. What's the name of Power 106? Hispanic. Goddamn.
Not Philly Phil.
Felly Phil.
Felly Phil, all
Felly
right.
Phil was my biggest supporter. You know what I mean? And then because like you got to remember, when you're a young artist, you don't know the people that other people know. I knew all those people.
That was your relationship.
That was my relationship. So I took him to Felly Phil. Felly Phil, like, oh, I got it. Boom. I took him to LT Hutton. Oh, LT, boom. And then all of these people started supporting.
But see-
and I stayed in the background. That was Steve Lobel. Steve
Shout
wanted
out
to
shout
be
out
out.
to Steve Lobel.
Steve,
I
that
love
was,
Steve
you know,
Lobel.
Steve wanted to be out, so that was their thing. Mine
Yeah.
was, I was like, I'm in the back.
Did street politics ever cross over with you trying to do business politics? Like, how do you keep those things separated when you're navigating?
Well, with me, because like I said, in my history with most of the G's in prison, and then the fact that I was a Crip dealing with a blood, and it was done with all respect. What people didn't realize, the whole time I was with Suge, he never had one incident with nobody. Because I
heard that.
I talked to my brother. He a year older than me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, bro, we ain't gonna do that. Yeah. You know, I was the conscious.
But he
to his
respected
conscience.
you though.
Yeah,
exactly.
And so people, real G dudes, recognize that, and they like. So the rumor just move. It moves around. You know what I mean? Like,
but
oh, he ain't on that. He ain't on that.
But I want to make sure it's something important to know, that it was your wave. When you came, people were supporting what you were supporting. That shit is important, because I feel like a lot of that shit gets lost in the sauce, where people feel like it's you. Nah, it's you. And everybody knew what you did. So when you came with something, nigga, they wanted to support you. They wanted to see you win and see you up. So that's important, because when I heard about Nip through you. Like, nah, big, you co-signed this. He good. So it was almost like he was golden because you had it.
And then
he
was great. You know what I mean? So it just like, it was like just having somebody who's great get a chance to express themselves. You know what I mean? So it was just, you know, my push and his greatness. You know
and not because sometimes it's some people out there that get your push that feel like it's some bullshit. No, you just ain't got no greatness. No disrespect, but it's like I can give him the same opportunity I gave you. He took that shit and went with it.
So you mentioned earlier that one of the projects that you're about to put out now, you wrote 10 years ago. So what made you even hold on to that project? And what do you want to say to other artists out there that might be trying to figure out, should they let a project go? Should they keep pushing?
It's funny. It's funny. To be honest with you, I was about to quit on it. I was about to quit on it. I was just you want to tell the story?
Now, matter of fact, can we have Joe pull a chair up, man? We're gonna have Doe join right now. Help her with the mic. I want to get Doe up here. Let's get Doe in here.
You was about to give up, but you didn't.
I was about to, that project, I had already been pushing it. I had pushed it to several different people, and it was like, we're going to get to it. I gave it to LT. LT wrote a Bible for it. He had a staff get on it. LT Hutton.
Shout out to LT Hutton. I love LT.
Right after he had finished the Tupac movie, I went to different companies, me and Doe both. And I went to a friend of mine's, Malcolm Spellman.
So
I don't know if I should.
Hold on, I'll tell it.
Tell it.
Because I mean, Malcolm love him. Malcolm is cool.
Yeah.
So
Right.
history on Malcolm. Malcolm, he did the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Okay.
That was on Disney. He's actually wrote the new Captain America that's coming out.
Oh wow, he big there. Okay.
Yeah, but he was on Hip Hop Undercover with us.
Yeah.
So our first introduction wasn't great because before they came to get Big U, he was telling us, man, they telling don't fuck with you. You gonna have us in the trunk. You gonna do this, do that. So he walked away from Hip Hop Undercover, and I'm like, no, bro, hold on. Let me.
No, we gonna fix this. We gonna get this.
But in his defense, he wasn't wrong. Matter of fact, we was in Atlanta. We was in a hotel. We was all on the phone, and he just said, fuck this shit, because they was tripping. Like what y'all gotta understand when Big U walks in the room, most of the, not now, it's not as bad as it used to be, but it would be like, he could say, can I get a cup of water? Oh, shit. He wants some water.
Oh, man.
He wants some water. Like, it's about to go bad. And this is what we was dealing with, right? So with Hip Hop Undercover, we was dealing with that, and it was like, I'm telling them, look, we're going to do it, but he got to have first-class seats. Oh, man, he's trying to, I'm like, bro, he's 6'4", 300 fucking pounds. Like, you know what I mean? But they are, in their defense, their mentality, they only hearing what they done got from other niggas that's in the industry that's, you know, that's just, you know, then battered the name. Because it's like with me and you, right, when we was at Interscope. Yeah. It's the same thing. We be sitting in the meeting, we heard, but nobody, you never heard me say where I was from.
Don't never
I used to just stay to myself.
I just knew Doe and Lacey. I didn't even know y'all was close until, like, I think we was at the Creflo thing, and Doe was like, nah. I'm like, at that moment, it changed my whole opinion, because I didn't really have one, but it's like, Doe, one of the most, me and Doe met with My Shine and Rock City being on tour.
We was on the bus.
We was on the bus together. So I'm fighting Akon every day, talking about Akon, and he fighting Vincent Herbert. And we both, that's our life. That was how we got close. It was like, man, because I used to be like, man, you with Vince though. At least Vince got Gaga. You like, nah, fuck all that. That shit working, but my shit. And I'm like, Akon, he a superstar. I gotta chase this nigga down. Like, we really was in the trenches. So when I saw that, I was like, man, Big, I don't give a fuck what's going on. It goes back to that thing. That's my brother. Me and Doe play spades with my mom. By the way, my mom wants you to come over. She want to bust your ass. My mom shit talking. She was waiting for y'all to come.
She could be his partner.
She want to play spades. But yeah, so me and Doe. So when Doe told me Big U was doing it, I was like, oh, I saw it on top of my real brother, my blood brother Mike. I was like, nigga, I'm in. I was on the front line, like trying to get money and everything from that. I don't give a fuck. Once I know you were good niggas, and you a good nigga to me, we good. So Doe is smart, and he street smart, and the nigga will not let you know what he know. that nigga will sit in the room, let you talk for 2 hours. He know the whole story. He just playing his role. So I already know what you're dealing with.
And that was the thing, right? So I would hear shit like that, and I'm like, man, you need to start making money off your own name.
Exactly.
I'm managing you. Fuck all this other shit.
Smart.
Yeah. That's
Smart.
That was the conversation. I'm managing Big U.
Exactly.
He looked at me like, all right, nigga, what we doing? And it started with the Breakfast Club. So back to the taboo thing, to Malcolm. So with Hip Hop Undercover, they was on their shit nervous. Anyway, that shit, I end up flying to LA, sitting down with Jonathan, and then everything got smeared up. Now to this day, we on the phone with each other every day. We laugh about the shit. Yeah. And so with Taboo, he took it to Malcolm. Malcolm was like, man, I don't know if that's going to work. I don't think, but, I'm going to push it because, I want to see you win, but I don't think this the one.
Yeah.
His team was like Tammy. Her name is Tammy. She was like, no, this is it.
Shout out to Tammy.
Telling you, this is it. So, Malcolm's whole thing is patience, right? And people think that we don't have patience. We got the most patience.
Yeah.
We were supposed to meet with FX in January. The shit didn't happen until August. You know what I mean? And once Tammy was like, even going into the meeting, Malcolm was kind of like, it's better now. We'll see what they say. But Tammy like, nah, that's it. We talked to FX on a Friday. On Monday, they like, we want it.
Wow. That's
so
fire.
it's just like, but he was ready to give up on it. But it's just like you don't never know where it's gonna come from.
Yeah, it's all on God's timing. That's what I had to learn. It's on God's timing. It's gonna happen when it's supposed to.
Yeah.
You can't rush something to the end, and sometimes it's just timing, bro. Like it's just the way life works.
What made you not run the other way? Like what made you stick in this and say, you know what?
Because that's where I grew up at.
I would say Doe. You gotta know Doe.
I'm from there, right? So with me, I like the underdogs, right? I like the motherfuckers, because I come from that. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I was at Crenshaw or whatever, I was an underdog. So I knew the power, right? And I'm seeing everybody use the name and win off of it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And I want to address one thing. We got to stop giving the term "check it in" a bad name.
Right.
Now, let me tell you why. Because Doe is my brother. Love Doe. Like he one of the people I answer the phone on a Sunday. Like he know that. And when I go to LA, nigga, hey, nigga, I'm hitting Doe. Hey, bro, I'm about to go to 1, 2, 3. Am I good? That's a brother checking in, making sure I'm straight. Like I told somebody, I'm like, if I'm going to Africa, I'm hitting Akon and Boo. Hey, nigga, going to Africa. I'm going to Senegal. What should I know? Hey, Ray.
Hey, I say this. I say let check it in have a bad name.
But I hate that though, because checking in is just calling your brother to say I'm in town, what's good, and the brother telling you, yo, this was happening out here. Because there's certain parts of town.
Everybody got to get tapped. Everybody got to get tapped. I mean, you're going to get tapped until you realize you need to go.
But it's not a bad thing. And New Yorkers think that, but it's not a bad thing, bro. It's like calling your brother.
New Yorkers don't think that.
Nah, New Yorkers, they be thinking like, I ain't checking in.
Okay.
I think that's just ego, men saying, I ain't calling another man to make sure I'm
in town, Big U. I'm in town. I'm going to be over here. I'm straight.
All of this cap.
Yeah.
Because every human being going to check in.
Exactly.
Because if you gonna go, what you gonna go to the city and not do nothing?
Right.
Even if I'm in town, I come hang with you and talk shit. I'm gonna hit you.
You gonna go to the club with who?
Even if you're not going to the hood, you gonna call the
you gonna meet a girl. You gonna do this. You gonna check in with
Bro, if I go to New York right now, some family members are gonna be like, "Damn, you ain't hit me." These are my motherfucking cousins.
Right.
Damn, you ain't hit me. Of course, I gotta. I just had to put that out there because me and Doe don't know. When I hit LA, no matter what's going on, I hit Doe. Hey, look, I'm here. He's like, all right, cool, you good. Or he might say, yo, there's people over there, don't fuck with those people. Don't call me, I don't call them. Like, yo, be careful with such and such. And there was people we were cool with, but sometimes you need to hear that brother that's gonna tell you, watch out for these people, because that's what other people do. That's how they make all the money. Hey, the money over there, go get it. Or hey, they over there fucking people. Don't go over there, go over there. That's what life's about, man. Brotherhood and looking out for each other and sisterhood.
Doe said a magic word, though. He said underdog. So right now I want to ask everybody here a question. Ray, you going to jump in on this?
Go ahead.
Who's like 5 underdogs from the West Coast?
No, I'm gonna ask. I want to ask.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask both of them. I told them this. I want
That's
y'all to
'cause
give
you
me
don't
so
wanna
this
do
show.
it.
I'll do it. I'll do it. But I mean, shit. I'm at the table with this one right here. How I'm gonna tell them about his city? That's the whole point. If you had to say the top 5 GOATs, because the show is the GAUDS Show, GAUDS stands for Ghosts and Underdogs. If you had to say the top 5 GOATs that put the West, that made the West what it is, who would it be? Doe, I want you to answer too. And then who are the top 5 underdogs that the world might not know but need to know that made the West?
Top 5 GOATs?
Yeah.
ISIS. Ice-T, Ice Cube.
Okay, Ice
Not
T.
the ISIS. I'm like, I don't have that on my
Ice
list.
I'm like, what the fuck? That's some new shit. I ain't heard that one. So Ice T, Ice
Okay.
Cube.
Ice-T, Ice Cube, Dr. Dre.
You get 5, by the way.
Yeah. Ice-T, Ice Cube, Dr. Dre. NWA as a group,
Okay.
for sure.
You got one more.
Shit, it would have to be MC Hammer.
Oh, wow. Well, I was not
Okay. I love it. I love it. Shout out to Louis Varel. Shout out to Louis Varel. All right. And who are your top 5 underdogs that made the West?
Easy. Corrupt.
Love it.
See, because other people are higher, but they're not underdog.
No, that's good. Corrupt is perfect.
So, Corrupt, DJ Quick.
Oh, don't shut up, Jay. My sister from the West Coast.
He's always hating.
Corrupt, DJ Quick.
Corrupt, DJ Quick, E40.
E40.
Oh, wow.
What did I say?
Corrupt.
DJ Quick,
E40.
E40. Damn, I can't think of her name.
Oh, we got a girl.
Because she had a run with Ice Cube.
Yo.
Oh,
Yo-Yo.
Yo-Yo? Oh,
Yo-Yo.
wow.
And I only say Yo-Yo because Yo-Yo was the one that wasn't with Death Row. Yo-Yo was kind of like, she had a solo run.
Yeah. One more.
And then I gotta say Coolio because Coolio had a hell of a one song.
I love your
He didn't
list.
have no albums. He had like a song
Coolio.
that went crazy.
Yeah. Dope. 5. Your top 5 GOATs, top 5 underdogs that made the West.
Dr. Dre, Ice-T, Ice Cube, Snoop.
That's Dr. Dre.
Well, as an artist, Snoop and Easy.
Woo! All right, give me your top 5 underdogs.
Definitely Corrupt. DJ Quick. DJ Quick, I got that's times 2.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
he did a lot. And I think he didn't get
Now, Quick them quick is that nigga.
E40.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Game.
I fuck with that. All right.
And
You got one more?
one more. Just because I'm a fan, Spice One.
I'm gonna give y'all mine because I'm here because you asked me. I'm gonna say the West. When I think about it, mind you, I'm from Atlanta, so don't hold me. But I'm gonna say Dr. Dre, Snoop, Kendrick, Ice Cube, and
Maybe I understood your question wrong.
no, I'm saying
What
that
was
made
your-
the West, like the top
Kendrick
5.
didn't make the West.
I'm saying in my opinion.
He told you.
That's my list.
Nicely,
I was gonna say top dog, but I was like,
No, well, you say make the West.
I'm saying made like to
Like
me
made the West.
shake
What
the
it is
West.
now.
Kendrick didn't come out till after I was home. To make it, that means you have
That
to
nigga,
establish
but he
something.
one of the, to me, he in the top 5 rappers all time. So
no, that's
so
a different question.
But I'm talking about.
Now, if you say who's the top 5 rappers of the West Coast, then we got to redo
That's
that.
a whole nother ball
You know what I'm
game.
saying? But if you
It's a
say who
different
made
No,
it,
but listen, notice what I said. I did my hand like this.
Etymology is the study of words.
Okay.
Okay, etymology is the study of words. If you say who made it, then you're saying in pretense.
All right. Let me go because I'm with you and I gotta respect you. Snoop, Dre, Eazy-E, Ice Cube. Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. He might not say you don't agree with this name.
If you saying who made it,
No, you're right. Who made it? And I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna say E40 on my GOAT list. And the reason why is because E40 was like the first real West Coast businessman. He was like the first West Coast businessman that was showing niggas like how to flip. Like everybody else played the big game.
We forgot one.
Who?
Too Short.
No, that was gonna be my underdog. My underdog list.
Definitely.
My underdog list would have been is I ain't gonna lie, DJ Pooh. That's a funny from the Wash to Friday to DJ
no, but
Pooh.
you talking about film now.
No, I'm just saying the West. I'm saying shape the West. It don't gotta be music. It's just who shaped the West. In your opinion,
then I gotta redo. Hold on.
He said, that's not fair.
who would you
He
add?
want to resubmit his list.
John Singleton.
Oh yeah.
You can't. If you talking, I thought you just talking about music.
No, I'm talking about like
West-
shape the West.
West Coast culture.
John Singleton. Let me say, John Singleton would single-handedly be. John Singleton, and Dr. Dre would single-handedly be the 2 of the biggest.
Period.
And I say that because people don't understand that Dr. Dre was the dream team.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
The dream team is in
yeah.
house.
DJ back in the day. Yeah.
Dr. Dre goes back that far.
That's when he had the shiny suit on. Everybody talking
Right.
about
But Ice-T and so it's the 2 single biggest things is Ice-T, Colors,
Yep.
the song, the music, and the movie.
Yep.
And John Singleton, the Boys in the
Boys
Hood,
in the Hood.
which swept the whole continent. So when you say bring the West, you got to remember John Singleton's movie
Yes.
gave light to what LA was about.
What about the Hughes
culture.
brothers? Would you say them too with Menace to Society?
It was after John Singleton. Ain't nothing before him.
See, I do wanna-
The only thing before him that made people want to become Crips and gangbangers and Bloods was Colors. You gotta remember, so in '84 I got kicked out of the state of California.
What?
The whole state.
In 1984 I got kicked out of the whole
So
state.
how the fuck you get kicked
I mean,
out of
no,
a state?
sorry, 82.
How do you get kicked
Not
out of a whole
like
state?
that.
Yeah, I mean 82. I came back.
Did they
in
escort you to like the border and said don't come back in?
Of course, this.
I got it was crime.
Yeah.
Some things was happening.
Things happened. So I got arrested.
Yeah.
And it was a big old thing. And so it was like, bam, we're not releasing you back to your mother because we can't find you guilty because there wasn't no witnesses cooperating back then. So it was like, I was charged with so many things. And because we don't understand that our children are really custody of the state. When you were born, until you actually go fight for custody of your kids between your husband and wife, whatever have you, and you are awarded custody, the reason why we can be locked up as juveniles is because we are actually still custody of the state, of the juvenile system. Our PO, our Social Security numbers, we belong to them.
Yeah.
So when I was committing them, when they said I was committing these crimes, and I was arrested for so many things,
Allegedly,
when I went, they was like, nah. We're not releasing him, but they couldn't find me guilty of so many things.
Yeah.
It was like, we're going to release him only to his father. So my father had to come get me. And I could not come back to California until I turned 18. Oh, wow. I went to Chicago. So now I'm in Chicago, and I went to Chicago in 1982, and I'm in high school at Harlem High School, and they thinking, these Negroes is asking me about Michael Jackson, Arnold, from Different Strokes, and do I skateboard and do I surf? And I'm like, nigga, I'm a Crip. What the fuck is you talking about? And I'm blue ragging, sagging, exactly. and they like, what the hell is that? And I'm like, you will find out soon enough. So you gotta understand, when the movie came out, when Colors came out, and then when Boys in the Hood came out, I seen that change. I seen everybody who didn't have a clue on what gangbanging was. And when Pac made the song, y'all these niggas is real G's. Y'all better learn about y'all B's and C's.
All the other copycat.
I knew about all that. Yeah. You know what I mean? So them dudes is the ones who was influencing what then became what you see right now.
And I want to say something. That's why I didn't want to answer the question when Tamira asked me, because I'm like, nigga, it's like somebody talking about it. Like I know it.
Right.
I know it's different for y'all. It's like, I'm looking at it from my standpoint. I didn't even, was DJ Poole? I thought he was a DJ though.
And he grew up in the 100s.
That's why his name was DJ. That's why I said him, because you know he was like writing the movies and shit with Cube. So you always knew like he was the funny DJ nigga. That's why I said DJ Poole. That's why I just want to make sure there's no.
But this brings me to a question I wanted to ask. So music, how does music affect what's going on in the streets? Like, and as a person who owns a record label, do you feel like there should be some type of censorship to what we're putting out?
No, because you don't censor movies. So when you get a visual. I mean, I was talking because I teach kids, right? I was talking to these parents about, and we had the same conversation in a big forum, and I said, "Well, here go the problem with your argument. Your kids are learning how to kill from the internet." And from movies. Do you realize how many times your kids have seen death in a day? Yeah. From cartoons, from Instagram, Twitter, and all this? You know how many times that they seen somebody get their head lively blown off?
Yeah.
But then you want to talk about a song. No, you missing it. Because I'm going to learn more from visual content than I'm going to ever from hearing it. You know what I mean? And right now, we are learning. Our kids are being taught to do everything that we were taught not to do. So how can I say don't go out and kill, gangbang, rob, and steal when every time you turn on a TV show, it's about rob, stealing, and killing. So now what do the kids do? They think the reverse and the forward.
Yeah.
But he should have did crime like this.
Yep.
Or they gonna think, well, next time. So what are we teaching the kids?
How to do it better.
On music. You can't blame it on music.
Jay-Z said Scarface the movie did way more than Scarface the rapper for me.
Exactly.
Scarface the movie did that shit had niggas fucked up in the
hood.
Everybody wanted to be Tony Montana, boy.
And we didn't even realize the nigga died.
Right?
Like, we don't put the press in there.
Oh yeah, nobody cared about that part. Skipped over that.
Nigga, he had a 1 year run.
That whole movie took place over 1 year.
He had a 1 year run. He didn't have no 5, 6 year, 10-year run. He had that there. Was probably approximately a 1 year run.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's really all of us had. That's really like, it's very rare that when you grind and when you get to your top, it don't last long. It don't last long. You may get. Some people get a long run when you hustling. I'm not talking about in business, but in hustling, you know.
Yes. Sun only shine for but so long.
What you want to do? Put your money where your mouth is?
Yes.
All right, let's go. I see this list. I don't like this list. I'm like, it's gonna be a little. So look, man, we have this though. So look, y'all, we have this time where we do put your money where your mouth is, where we're gonna give y'all 3 options. You got to sign, drop, develop. So y'all the head of a label. These people are in their prime, by the way. So we ain't talking about what we knew happened. You know what I'm saying? Right. We talking about they in their prime. You running the label, though. You running the label, and you gotta decide which one. If you don't want to answer, you gotta donate $20 to the Kids Academy. It's Creative Academy, and it's just a nonprofit for kids. I ain't gonna lie. I see these answers, man. I don't know if I like these things, but I'm gonna go ahead. Y'all ready? All right. E40, Too Short, Iced Tea.
Will you sign and drop in or develop?
You have to sign one, you have to drop one, and you got to develop one.
E40, Too Short, Iced Tea.
Yep.
What era is this?
This is AP. This is an AP.
Oh, E40.
E40 is what?
Well, I'm signing E40.
Okay, so you sign an E40. Who you developing?
Iced Tea.
So we dropping Too Short, though.
Damn, that's crazy. Well, you got to be ready for this one. Like, I just cut the homie. Like, it just.
I'm going to develop. I'm going to sign E40. Develop Too Short. And I'm gonna drop Ice-T because he a hustler. He gonna go get it anyway.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was a good
Okay.
way to cover up your drop. I like
Oh,
that.
man.
You think on your toes.
So let him go first now.
He gonna play politics.
So I get clear.
All right, NWA, Wu-Tang, Ghetto Boys. I feel like this is easy for y'all.
Oh, yeah.
This is easy. Don't go first.
Signing NWA,
Of course.
developing. What was the other one?
Ghetto Boys and Wu-Tang.
Ghetto Boys dropping.
Dropping. It's the same
It's
as
the
that.
same. That was too easy.
Yeah.
All right. As
Even though I know the whole Wu-Tang album, the first album.
let's get it. DJ Quick, Spice One, Warren G.
Dropping Spice One, signing DJ Quick, developing Warren G.
Though.
I'm gonna sign Spice One, develop. Well, no, let me switch that. I'm gonna sign DJ Quick. He don't need no development. Develop Spice One and drop Warren G.
Daz, Corrupt, Nate Dogg.
I'm signing Corrupt.
What you actually did.
I'm signing Corrupt. And who else?
Daz and Warren G. No, Daz, Corrupt, Nate Dogg. I'm sorry.
I'm signing Corrupt, developing Nate Dogg, because Daz was a producer.
But more of a producer.
Yeah.
Though, what you say?
Same order.
All right. Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg, Kendrick.
Oh fuck no! I'm signing Snoop immediately.
Okay.
And I was there when they developed Kendrick.
Okay.
Oh,
I did Kendrick did his first tour with me.
Oh, wow.
When we went on tour with Game. So I knew K-Dot.
Yeah.
He was carrying bags, and I watched him really get developed.
Damn.
So I was there with him.
So we dropping Ice Cube.
Hell no.
We say, hold on. Hold on. We say Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg, Kendrick.
Oh no, I'm Cube.
You developing Cube.
No, I'm signing Cube.
Developing.
Signing Cube, developing Snoop, and then I guess I gotta drop.
He's out of here.
You're OG though.
He's out of here.
No.
Damn. Man, that's rough. You
can just donate $20 to the
donate
kids.
$20.
You can
I'ma
just
donate
donate
$20.
All right, we got $20 for the kids. Everybody up for the kids.
Oh, you can just donate $20.
If you don't want to answer.
No, I'm donating $20.
All right, cool. Roddy Ricch, Baby Keem, Tyler the Creator.
I'm just donating.
Donate. We got the $40, everybody. We got the $40
Sign
for the kids.
all of them.
We got
Sign
the $40
all
for the
of
kids.
them.
Sign all of them. All right.
I didn't know I could do that.
All right, I got
didn't
one.
pay
This
attention.
one is Drake, Kanye, Jay-Z.
Drake, Kanye, Jay-Z. Drake. Oh, definitely signing Kanye. No. Definitely signing Jay-Z.
Okay.
Then developing Kanye
Drop Drake.
and dropping Drake.
Dope.
I'm gonna sign Jay-Z, develop Drake, and drop Kanye.
I gotta talk to you about this. We're gonna have to talk about this one after. Kanye need development more than
Right.
No. He know we on TV or wherever. He don't want to get canceled, so he ain't saying it with his chest.
All right. Last one. J. Cole, Future, Travis Scott. Last one.
You know when my answers come because I know all of them before.
This then they peak.
Yeah, and I know them when they was really trying to get signed. Too.
Yeah.
So say it again.
Drake, Future.
You just
J.
said.
Cole. No, I'm sorry. Future, Travis Scott, J. Cole.
J. Cole, I'm signing because I love it.
You love it.
That's my style. You said
Future, Travis Scott. That's less. Next.
and developing Future, and then sorry to Travis Scott.
Dope.
You gotta go, friend.
All right, cool. We only got $40. Fuck it. Everybody get a $40. Put your money where your mouth is. All right, cool.
You stood on that one. You did.
Hold on,
Good
real
job
quick.
with
So I got to ask, it's a funny question. You know the rumor I heard about, the biggest rumor I heard about you? I heard Debo on Friday was based on you.
No.
that. But it makes sense. It makes sense.
No. I know Tiny.
Okay.
So I knew Tiny growing up. So Tiny said he used
As a,
my name and reputation to draw off playing a role.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? But no,
I'm about to say, so they want to let you hold their bike?
no.
Don't get that nigga your bike, bro. He ain't coming back.
You know, it's crazy, right? I never ever took a bike from nobody.
Oh, wow.
Ever in my
all the
life. You know
things.
why? Because I learned how to fix bikes.
Oh, wow.
When I was younger. So I was the kid who fixed all the bikes.
wow.
Yeah.
So in my backyard, I had 30 pieces of every kind of bike.
Oh, wow.
I fixed them, sand them down, repaint them. So I never took a bike ever.
Nope, so it wasn't him.
No one.
I just asked you that.
But I had every kind of bike. I had every
My
kind
bike,
of
punk.
bike. Yeah.
Okay, so I gotta ask you this. How do you feel about the current state of hip hop? What are we doing right and what are we doing wrong?
I don't think we can have a right or wrong because everything has to evolve. Me, myself, personally, I come from something higher. And then you got the social media is like people can accuse you. You know the shit they were saying about Big U?
Yeah.
Me being jealous. And if you look and see my body of work, when I left me and my son went our different ways, my body of work proves itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I left music and started doing movies.
Of course.
And then I can give you a dossier of films I have done in a period of time. Not only did I do that, you know what I'm saying? I did what they say. Jay-Z said, if you made whole, make another whole.
Exactly.
Well, I did. His name is Eugene Big U Henley. I'm successful in film and being more successful. That's another one hole. Then I went and made another hole. His name is Dante Henley. That's my baby on his way into the NFL. So while people was on the thumbs, you know, so I look at things different than other people do. Sure. I look at it and either we'll get past it or we not because we living in a fake world. Yeah. So we pull up our phones and we see fake things.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I can go on a post and troll people. I can go and say something, I like something, or do something, and the whole world goes crazy over that. Yeah. And then I put my phone down and go back to writing.
And you gotta,
you know what I mean?
If you ever look at YouTube and say, Big U say, I'm about to say, what's the craziest rumor you heard about yourself?
Oh man. No, the funniest rumor. Yeah. I'm gonna give you some bites. The funniest rumor is when I did the show with this other guy, and we was on Gilly's show, and we was laughing. Yeah. And this other guy said that I said I knocked out 32 Mexicans. I never said that. Yeah. He said that. Yeah. Then I corrected about a riot we was in. Yeah. I respected my Mexican brothers, because when I came home in 2004, that's who lifted me up. So I would never, that's the only thing I'm ever just, I would never disrespect the Hispanics, ever. Yeah. Because even to this day, I grind with them.
Yeah. And they held you down when you was,
What? Come on, man. Hell yeah. So that's the only thing I would ever address. All the other fuck shit these dudes say, let them have it. Because, I mean, it's the only thing that sells and push and all that. And some of these dudes, I watched one dude whose name I would not say, he made it like he had a whole conversation with me. And this nigga was talking like, yeah, and Big U said whoop whoop, and I was like, I'm looking at the interview myself too, like, did I say that? And then you know what's crazy is, right? So now it's funny to my homies. So now it's finally even got funny to them because they'll see shit and they'll be like, where people will take my post, my live post, and then they'll make it seem like I said this and I said that. So now people are finally starting to like realize, like, damn, this nigga on a whole nother path. He don't even pay attention to this stuff. Like, but for 1 minute in time, before people started to realize the ignorance of the internet, people really was like, oh man, did you say? And I'm like, and then people still come to me and be like, well, did you say? And I'm like, man, get the fuck.
Because 97%, 99% of them you've never had a conversation with.
Never had a conversation with.
The internet is a dangerous place because the internet doesn't require credentials.
It don't.
That's the scariest part about the internet. It doesn't require credentials. Somebody can get up there and say, I'm the Crip professional. I'm the Crip master. And you're like, who the fuck is this guy? And if enough people believe it, he can start telling shit about.
Oh, they do.
That's crazy.
And it's about to get worse. With this AI shit.
Yeah.
Intelligence.
But nah, man, I
It's
just
gonna be an
they can take
AI
your voice
crip.
and
It's
make
gonna be
it-
an AI crip.
They can take
you
your
already
voice.
doing it.
Get the fuck out of here.
Come on, man. I'm finna kill you.
They copy your voice and make you say some shit you ain't said.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Oh, it's crazy, bro. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's
really
gonna get worse.
it's gonna get worse. But I mean, now let's switch this conversation to the one we need to be in. Where are we as descendants of the worst people been treated on this planet Earth?
Yep.
Where are we? Where are we? And if we don't start using our platforms to address the ignorance,
I agree.
and stop applauding it, you know what I mean? And then we got to be strong enough to say, look, man, this shit is bullshit and y'all know it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But that's
the whole
just
point of
not
the
what
show,
we are.
honestly, is to call out the bullshit. Like, I've seen so many people that I'm like, he ain't made no money in the music business. Like, who the fuck is this guy talking about the music business and the deals? And I'm like, bruh, if we don't have real people who've been on the front lines talk, then we doing a disservice to the community because these kids are gonna believe anything with clickbait. So you opening your mind, dog. Me and Doe laugh about this shit. You know, if anybody in this room do me a favor, Google Big U Feels, and you gonna see 1 million followers on. He feels like this, he feels like that, and there be niggas on there commenting like, "Yo, he really don't like this." I'm like, who the fuck is these people?
For real? I ain't even
Bro,
never seen
am I
that.
lying though? Like, it's out there, bro.
It's
It's
what?
bro.
Big you feels.
Big U, just Google Big U Feels. They gonna have Big U Feels like such and such this, such and such. He don't like that shit. And they be like, yo, check this out, bruh. I've heard so much rumors on the internet about people I know that I'm like, hey, bro, I tell this to everybody who I know. I'm like, if the real don't talk, the fake gonna keep shining. If the real don't talk, these kids gonna start believing the fake and the bullshit. That's why I'm like, open your mouth, because we need you. Because honestly, a dude like you out here really talking and showing these kids what you want. There's a guy that want to be, there's kids that want to be like you right now that's seeing you on movie shit and be like, man, fuck that gangster. I'm about to go do what he doing. Or I want to go do this music shit. That's why we got to be loud. Sorry. Want to do credit check?
Yeah, I was.
Yo, so you know, people always say give people their flowers. I hate that shit because we give people their flowers at death, right? We did this thing called credit check because I feel like if more people said the shit you really did, you probably would have went through everything you went through to really get where you are. So we got this segment where we just do credit check where you could just really, though I want you to just really, if you want to take time to shout out like people who like really played a role, big or small, in your life and you becoming who you became. So this is just a moment for them to see like, I told y'all, whatever it is. Though, you want to go first?
Y'all can go first. Shit, it's a long list, but
What do you want to shout out? I mean, but it's the point. It's
you know, definitely, you know, I got to start with family, with moms and my aunties, my cousins, a lot of my friends growing up. Coach Garrett, got to shout him out. Played a big role. You know, my partner Lacey, of course, Big
shout
U,
out to Lacey.
Ray Daniels. My Sean, a lot. I mean, it's
Nah, but that's good though, cause I'm gonna tell you something. JD did it, and I seen a couple of dudes that ran with JD saying that was running ads. Like, this is who. Cause sometimes niggas get erased from history, bro. Like niggas really be like, I was there and don't get acknowledged. So I always like to give that to the people. So.
Yeah, so I had a lot of people that was involved in the process. I can't name everybody, but you know, it's just, to me, it's just a grind, and I'm on a different path now. And you know, that path is with Unique, and we doing some amazing things. So
we're gonna do something together too. I think we got
we got something together.
We got one we gonna put together.
We got something we
we
about
gonna
to
we getting together. We're gonna make some money together.
Who you want to give credit to?
We wrap it up. We're gonna do one more question, but this is it. Like
My list is be too long.
You just shout out a couple names, man, if you want to.
You can't do that.
If
You shout out a couple of names.
Some niggas pissed.
Right. Hold on, you left me
Hey,
off.
some niggas watching right now, hoping you say their name.
I'm gonna just say, I could do errors. Let me do errors.
Yeah.
Let me try to do that and give you somebody.
Shout out Suge, because you like the first
without
person that I
doubt.
really heard. Like, Suge be getting bad rips out here. Like, hearing you talk about
without
Suge
doubt.
made me be like, damn, like, yeah, look
Oh,
at shit
without a
different.
doubt. Bro was an educator, and shit. When I first failed, I could tell the whole story about Suge, but bro really helped me.
Yeah.
Like, it'll never be a time where I turn my back on him.
Sure.
It'll be a time we'll argue and fuss and fight, but it'll never be a time where, you know what I'm saying, he won't never have me.
Yeah.
But shit, really, I'm gonna name the men because the women, all my women are my foundation. Like
Sure.
My sisters, my daughters, my other half, all of them is my foundation.
Sure.
Like, it ain't no question on that.
Sure.
Like, the whole time I did prison time and I was gone, at my worst, my lowest, it was them.
Yep.
It was my sisters, my team was always them.
Shout out to all the women supporting us for real.
But the men, let me start with the men. It's my real father, my birth father. You know what I mean? He was the one. When I heard so much negative stuff about him, I was scared of him.
Yeah.
So coming up, every time I did something wrong, because my mother left my father in Chicago and came to California, and I was born 6 months after I was born 3 months after she got here. She was 6 months pregnant when she came to California, and I was born in California. My older sister was born in Chicago. So when I finally met my stepfather at an age of my real father at an age of knowing, I was 16 coming out of Central Juvenile Hall. I just fought some other Wade cases with guns and
But he came to get you from jail. That was your first time meeting him?
It was my first time. No, I met him, but I didn't remember meeting him.
Okay, all right. Like as a
I was young.
teen, okay.
So by the time I met him, when I was older, I met him as a damaged youth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I already had been in the streets. So when I met him, he had the challenge of trying to deal with this 16-year-old who has already been in.
Was he big like you?
But he's short. He a little bit shorter than you, and he light skinned like you.
I'm dark skinned.
Yeah.
Dark nigga.
He light. My pops is a half breed, right? So when I met him, he had to deal with somebody who already been living on their own, already getting money, robbing, lived by the gun for 2-3 years, and he was great in dealing with that. Now when I look back, and trying to get me out of that mentality to bring me to, like to some stores. Then I leave and come back to California, and my mother's remarried to my stepfather. So first one is my father, Eugene Henley Sr. I'm a junior.
Sure.
And next is Donald Ray Evan. He was the man who taught me to read about Black history. He had a black magazine called Cyber Youth Magazine. He was the first one to help me start the foundation I have, and he was the first one to publish some of my writings in the book. So he was always in the blackness. And then the third would be Howard G. Ford, who was my stepfather, and he died in prison. So right when I was starting the gangbang in Horseman in 1979, it was evident we used to go in full blast Crip, and he was there. He called a double murder in 1980, and he never made it out of prison. He died in prison. So he was my education in prison, and because we were cellies for 3 years when I first got to prison. He was called Black Man Hey. He's a legend. Like, he's a real legend in prison, but he was my mother's husband too. So, and then lastly is my Uncle Bill.
Nice.
And Uncle Bill was the one I learned about family, because he was the uncle who moved. We was born in the Hoovers. He moved to the 60s. He bought a duplex. And so all of our family would come near. We would go to Van Ness Park, family meetings. Everything was done in my uncle's house. So I make my house like my Uncle Bill. All my family, everybody, my cousins, all of us come there. It's either between my house or my mother's house. And we all commune there. And that was because of my Uncle Bill. And he's my mother's, he's older than he's younger than my mother. But, no, G is younger than, I think he's younger than my mother. So, but he was the example of family that I got. He was the family man. And he was Slim and Big Slim cousins. So it was like 12 of us that was all first cousins. And it's only 5 of us living now. And so a lot of us died in the 60s, from 60s, you know what I mean? So, but he was the one. So those men helped to shape me, and that's what I live on and I feed on as I go through the world today.
Shout out to your family. But that's what this is for. Like, Uncle Bill might have never got mentioned, man. He alive.
Yeah. No, he did. He died.
I already said he probably would have.
He died. Everybody's deceased but my father.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? They all died.
Well, not nice. But
I'm blessed to have my mother
ain't
and
here.
my father.
My father not here. That's why when I hear somebody got their dad, I'm like, amazing. Our father is dead, me and my brother. So I'll be wishing he was here. But go ahead, close it out.
Okay, so just because this is the GAUDS Show, I do have to ask both
Go
you
to.
guys. Do you guys consider yourself a GOAT or underdog?
A who?
A goat or
so
underdog?
GOAT means greatest of all time.
You
Underdogs
know
is
the
like
goat.
Oh.
You see yourself as a goat or the underdog?
Oh no, you asked me, man. Let me tell you something. Now I got to go back to Bill again, because somebody just asked me this question. Like, what did I feel about Bill came to us? We was on the porch, and we was, because back in the days we used to be harmonizing.
Yeah.
We all thought we was the Temptations and all that.
Shut the fuck up, nigga.
We all did. You know what I'm saying? You see a group of dudes together, we harmonize. We go to like they TikTok.
I'm just imagining somebody telling you, you're not singing it right.
Right, no,
Sing
for
it
real.
better. You're like,
Right.
fucking, don't play with me, nigga. I'll beat your ass. Like, you a big nigga. Like, imagine a nigga trying to check you on singing something wrong. Shit sound good to me.
But we used to be on the porch singing, clowning. That's how dudes did it. You know what I mean? But my uncle came to us, and he was talking about that time when we was real young.
Yeah.
Now we gang banging.
Yeah.
Now we in the streets. And me and my cousins, we sitting on the porch. And we just got through doing a robbery. And we had parked the stolen car around the corner. Oh, wow. So we running back, and we going to hide the things under the house. We hear my uncle coming. We on the porch, and my uncle come on, he say, listen, don't know what y'all into, but let me say this. Be the greatest at whatever you do. Whatever you choose to do in life, be the greatest. Don't be the slouch. Don't be the...
Yeah.
And we were so ignorant. I said, okay, well, I'm going to be the greatest Crip ever. We was young.
Shout out Uncle Bill.
Like, I didn't tell him that, though. We waited until he was
That's where your
gone.
brain
And me
went.
and Slim was on the porch, and we was laughing. We was talking. And I'm like, nah, cuz, they going to know me from everywhere. They going to know my name all over the world. So we strive for that. We was like every day in the streets. Like we was going. So in that era, that's what we did.
Nigga, you the GOAT.
Yeah,
I'm about to say you the GOAT, nigga.
then I changed it though.
yeah, flipped it.
So I had to change it
Yeah.
and go from there to being the greatest black man to help more black kids to come from where I came from to this day. I want to be.
I want everybody to clap up. We're gonna clap it up for that. That was amazing. That was amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
So he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
So mine is, and this is what I teach my son. So I call myself a GOAT, but I work like an underdog.
This nigga right here, man. I see why you making money, man. Cause this dude right here is poetic.
I'm telling you, good
He's
on
like,
he's fast.
He's like he just know what to say.
Got
I'm
it.
a GOAT, but I work like an underdog.
That's how it gotta be.
Gotta record his thing.
So the last thing they want to know, because everybody's intrigued, what do y'all call y'all? What do you think your number one superpower is? I know yours. I feel like I could tell you yours. You can figure people out quick as a motherfucker, boy. You like Inspector Gadget of people, nigga. Like you know how to figure people out.
Yeah, he actually better at that than me. Like,
For real?
yeah, because he be giving me, I'll be like, nah, that ain't. Then he be like, I told you. But that is one of the. I'll roll with that one.
That's the last question, man.
My greatest superpower? I don't know, man. I think my greatest superpower is my weakness is to trust people. My greatest superpower, I think, is my weakness is to trust people.
I was about to say, your greatest superpower is taking your story and using it as a testimony to show black men the right way to live. I can't even lie. I'm going to give that one to you since I gave Doe one. You got to have that one.
Well, it's about, I feel like it's helping people, man, because I try to help. I help more people to a fault. You know what I mean? I'm not going to stop. Like, when people, no matter what people say about me, I'm not going to stop helping people. And I'm not going to stop helping kids.
Hey, man, guess what? You can always count on me, everybody with me, to help every initiative y'all got going. Straight the fuck up, because I see y'all doing the work.
Amen. So before you get out of here, just tell us what's next for you and where can our viewers find you on the internet?
For me, the next thing I got, like I said, we just sold a movie to FX, a TV script to FX. We got 2 very big projects that's Don't Negotiate and created. One of them is called Twister Tentatively. The other one is Birth of a Crip, El Taboo. We still got My Life Story to do. We have
Crenshaw.
We have another project we're doing is Crenshaw. So basically, Unique Media Group is finna be really like the next biggest.
I just have one request. When y'all make your movie, can I audition to play your role?
Love to see that
I was
happen.
gonna say I can play your role.
All right, so thank you guys for coming. Let the people know your IG and any websites if you have one.
Oh, my IG is Big U1, and then only website I have is Developing Options, and that's really what we do for the kids. So,
And that's
if
what
you
they
guys want to help,
I'm about to say, if people want to donate money to your initiatives, they can go to
they
Developing.
can go to Developing Options. Yeah, and see the
All right,
work
we're
that
gonna
we
make
do.
sure we put that at the bottom of the screen. Good. All right, man. Everybody, get up for Big U and
Thank
Doe.
you.
I just want to tell you, I appreciate my brothers for showing up. Doe called me last minute. Tamira we all going to LA in a day or so. Doe called me like, Big U want to talk. I said, Big U want to talk. Everybody stop what they doing. We going to listen to this shit. So I appreciate y'all showing. Y'all niggas are superheroes to me, and whatever I can do to help y'all, count me in. Let's get it.